no one is coming to save you.
No.
No one's coming to save you. And this 21-year-old proves it in the video that we have coming up for you. The art for doing for self. This is one of the biggest things that I believe in. I truly believe no one's coming to save you except for yourself. Mm-hmm. Anything you want, whether it's, it could be money, fame, or just even political justice, you got to take that next step to get that ball rolling because no one else is going to come and do it for you. You know what I'm saying? Do you have anything to say before we...
No, I'll play a video.
All right.
I think they say it more than enough.
Yeah.
It's not my issue to fight. I believe...
So what's your issue to fight?
My issue, I fight for young black men before they die. And that's what I do in my organization. I do teach them to vote, but I don't tell them that voting is going to be the be-all, end-all.
No one says the be-all, the end-all, but it's a part of it.
But you guys...
I already don't like the other guy. He's yelling. He's just, you see his energy?
That's Roland Martin.
Yeah.
Political commentator. You see me on CNN, stuff like that. Yeah, he's annoying.
Yeah.
He's very annoying. Y'all see the video goes on. He's one of those older guys, definitely older black people that are stuck in their ways that sort of have this sort of like, I trust the government type of mindset. And it's like, do you not see what's going on out here? Like, but I'll let it keep playing.
But you guys promote voting like it's just going to change like the systemic outlook of the black community. That's not where it's at. We have to get out and go do for self in our own communities.
So define do for self.
When I say do for self, you shared one of my tweets, my videos, and I was actually a big fan of yours, but you shared one of my tweets when I said black people need to stop begging the government and go and do for self out in our communities. You shared the video and called me an idiot. I didn't see anything idiotic about that statement at all.
So when you say do for self, like what? Explain that.
Okay, for example, here in Albany, Georgia, we complain about our school systems a lot. Many of our young men can't read. They have very horrible literacy rates. We don't have any rehab programs here for juvenile offenders. What I decided to do, I started a program 2 years ago, decided to do for self, and I started taking children into my home. I started taking custody of kids from juvenile court, and I started molding them and training them and teaching them skilled trades, etc. Now I'm 21 years old. I just purchased a school here in Albany, Georgia to combat us being in the government-funded schools that are not teaching our children what they need to learn.
Yeah, pause it real quick. That's crazy.
All this at 21.
21 years old.
21.
And also 21 years old?
Who?
Fred Hampton. But yeah, that's crazy. Opening a school and everything, like that's huge. People don't really understand how much that matters. Like the school.
I'm just so impressed. I'm sorry. I'm so impressed with how young he is to be able to take that leap, bring people into his home, bring people into this place that he lives, and be able to teach them, valuable skills and valuable ideals.
That community stuff he's talking about that we always talk about.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like when it.
That is exactly
community. Having your own school, your own situation, your own programs, your own resources in your community for you people to come and use. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
You want to finish the video?
Yeah. Let's play.
So that's what I mean by do for self. Simply getting up and going out and do it.
So
I beat the stereotype that I'm young, black, in America, and I can't do anything because somebody's holding me down. Absolutely not.
So a question.
Teenagers went and go ahead. Me and some teenagers went and bought a school, and we just bought a school bus simply from going out and doing work. We decided to go fix our own communities. I'm not expecting anything from no politician. I'm not expecting nothing from Donald Trump, Joe Biden, or nobody. We're gonna go do it for ourselves, and that's what I believe we need to be doing. I can vote, sure, but nothing's gonna change in our community.
So you went to
voting.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about.
I really love this video.
Yeah.
When we put it onto the topics for this week, I was really happy to talk about this because this is one of the things that I've always been advocating for in all of our episodes.
Yeah.
No one's coming to save us, bro. We have to take the steps necessary for whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? He's taking it on an educational, political level. It could just be for anything. If you want something to get done, if you want to see change within your community, your home, or within yourself, you got to take those steps that are necessary to get you to that point where you want to be. And the fact that he's taking these young kids, what do you say? He bought a school? He got a school bus?
Yeah, a school bus, yeah.
How you get that? What kind of mindset do you have to do? What do you have to go through from 0 to 21 to be able to think like that?
A lot of people, man, will look around themselves and have nothing and find somebody to blame immediately. We do it, and our community happens. This is why you have leaders in place that can use your biases against you because you're struggling, but you have to find somebody to blame. It's not yourself. And a lot of times, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of systemic issues that affect people that will hold you down and limit you from getting somewhere in the moment. But you have to say, I'm alive, I'm here, I have some agency over my life.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And this young man, to me, like, obviously he's not rich or anything yet. He's not rich yet or anything like that, but he used the resources he had, the time he had,
exactly,
the friends he had,
exactly,
and he made things happen. Like, he didn't say it happened overnight, but he made it happen. You know what I'm saying? I think he started in his home, bringing kids to his house. Like, hey, y'all come to my house. Y'all can do your homework, stuff like that. Even stuff like that will go a long way. Like, and that's the community we talk about. And I think, like what you're saying, I don't know what he went through, but even he went through something. He has amazing parents.
Yeah.
Or
support
amazing
system,
support
community, whatever.
Leaders.
Yeah.
That tell him
around him. Yeah. Man, I forgot what I was going to say. But basically, it was just the fact, like, oh, that's what it was. Like you said, he used the resources that he had available. A lot of people get discouraged because they feel as though they don't have what they need. Right. They don't feel as though they have what they need to accomplish or get done whatever they want to do. But I always say, you have everything you need. It's already in here. It's already within you. You don't need $100 million. Yeah, it would help, but you don't need that to get it started. And you don't even know how far that $1 you have could take you. That $1 could get you to that 100 million and more. You know what I'm saying? But if you never try, you don't need everything that you ever need to accomplish whatever it is that you set your mind on is already in with you. You already got everything you need. Don't listen to anybody tell you you're lacking anything. You got to do anything. Only thing you got to do is start. And if you start, you're going to see improvements and you're going to get whatever you put your mind to.
Yeah, that's the hardest part of starting.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I commend that young man, man.
Absolutely. And like a lot of that stuff seems like, well, not seem little, but even like having a school bus that get you from your house to go to your school at the same time every day, it seems little, but it goes a long way in a lot of these communities where that's not a normal thing because a lot of kids just won't go to school. They'll be to school hella late because they got to get on the bus or the train or whatever else.
What time did you used to have to go to school?
I think our school opened at like 7:15.
And what time did you have to be at school?
At the latest, I think like 7:30.
Kids are not getting to school. They're getting on the bus at 9:30.
No, for real. I know.
Bro, what is going on?
It's, a lot of...
we had to be, sorry to cut you off, but we had to be there at 7:30 also.
A lot of times, like, these kids, like, will be living, especially, like, in lower income areas, their parents will probably be out working overnight or already out working. So the kids will get themselves up, probably their siblings up, too. And it's kids. So, I mean, you can tell a kid, hey, get up at 6 in the morning, but...
I'm talking, like, elementary school kids.
Those kids,
school.
They have to get their way to school on their own. They do.
They don't be getting to
That's
school.
that government funding. That's that government funding stuff. And a lot of times, like, these kids will have that free time in the morning, whatever, and they'll do other things before they go to school. They'll just be truants or whatever. And that's why you need the community and somebody like him to say, hey, look, what time you going to be to school? I'll get y'all to school. I got a shuttle right here. We put the money down for it and get y'all to school. We're going to go in the neighborhood, pick everybody up, take y'all to school, and do it like that. And that stuff goes a long way, bro. And that's it. That's doing for self. We preach it all the time, but that's a perfect example of doing for self, especially in a way that's not selfish. Like, that's another thing.
Are we teaching Black youth to depend or to dominate? So I can start. I feel like we say we are, but I don't think we truly are teaching these kids to dominate.
No. It's depend.
I feel like this might be a little slightly off topic, but we always tell kids, you can do whatever you want, you can be whatever, which isn't bad stuff, but you're not showing these kids how to get what you want. You don't show these kids how to be the type of person that will get anything they ask for and put their mind to. We just say they can, and then we don't show them. We don't put, I know we keep saying leaders and all this stuff, but we're just putting a bunch of cliche stuff into their head that with no action that they can replicable, whatever, you know what I'm saying, that they can replicate and be able to be like, hey, I can do this, and this will get me to the result I want to. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they're teaching them to actually dominate. They're just saying, oh yeah, you can, but how are you going to do it if you haven't showed them to? You know what I'm saying? Or instill the values in them, the mindset to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. Yeah, like you said, it's easy to tell people one thing, but to show them a path that makes sense for them is very difficult. And a lot of times it's a mystery to the people that are telling the kids what they can do.
Yeah,
they haven't done it themselves.
I know they haven't done it themselves.
But that's why we need more people around us that look like us, that have done those things, that can give you the blueprint. Like, hey, you wanted to be a lawyer? Well, go to school like this and do law school like this and stuff like that. It goes a long way. Yeah.
Ah, the light.